Thank you, YouTube. I have no beef with you.
That's what I've heard actually.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, do we have one in our garage that we had? Yeah, we have.
That you tried to install and it didn't work out.
We had to wait, if there was way too many codes in that thing, and it was fine with the factory.
Yeah, I just did my spark plugs in Comax. So that car runs amazing right now.
But it's like, they'll not try, they'll keep you from spending. They aren't trying to save you money, just waste it all and stuff like that. It's like well, for full exhaust, they have to drop the drivetrain, move the motor forward 3 inches for 50 gallon pipeline bit, and install the exhaust. And it was like $570 to do all that. And you get it all for
It's a good price.
Yeah.
And it'd be like what, $3,000 anywhere else?
Yeah.
the exhaust was like 300. But
Be like, I'm gonna charge 1,000 for 2 hours.
It's almost like a little mom and pop shop.
Oh,
It's like a
those are the
shop,
best. I
and
always like to
it's-
support
They
those.
have the, they're
great advice too, if you just want to call and ask some questions. Like, hey, I'm not
Oh,
sure
look
on
at me,
this,
it's
or
right
it's
there.
like, I only kind of
they love. That's what they, it's fun to go to a place where, wow, what do you got, what can we do for you, you know,
Yeah.
we wanna work on this and play with your car, it's exciting to them.
I love that.
I know, right?
Cause like, yeah, like I don't trust anybody with my car, so.
Of course.
Cause I work on my VRZ and no one touches that car.
Yeah, oh, she was looking at that car and I was like,
It's a great car. That's why I turned into a drag car. I think it's crazy.
the
Plus-
platform.
Plus, I have a dyno tuned it, so it's straight piped. Because I'm trying to push, because those cars, you know, obviously being NA, they don't have a lot of power, so it's 160 to the wheel factory. I'm almost at 200 to the wheel, but I need to do a retune because I've changed up my entire exhaust system past the headers. But with a flex fuel kit, I'll easily get over 200 to the wheel. But even just that little bump, like that 30, 40 horsepower bump, I think it's like 30 to 40. I noticed a huge difference when I drove it. Get on the track and I have suspension braces and upgrade all that. It's just crazy. Those cars have so much potential and people talk down on them because they're slow. It's a great car. Yeah.
I used to ride bikes, I used to ride 600 only, it's like everybody would lead their bikes.
600 is a lot of power.
They're like, I was going to go faster than any Ferrari on the freaking street.
Yeah, some of those bikes are crazy. You can go over 100 in first gear. I really want to get a bike next year.
I used to teach racing in school and stuff like that. I used to race
For bikes?
I did that.
Before I met you, I don't want you to be rich, so.
Yeah. I was teaching this one guy and I was way too complicated, but I was the leader in like the training pack and it's like he decided to freaking blow by me on the inside when he wasn't supposed to be passing anybody. And he went and really wide through the corner and it's like his rear tire hit my front tire.
Oh my goodness.
Freaking high side, 200 feet later, I'm just like busted up on the ground.
Now he has a crooked shoulder.
Yeah, because people let their egos get the best of bikes. I see that at the track a lot too with people's
What
cars.
park even?
The bridge down Chilton. I really want to go to Pacific and try that track, but I'm trying to hit like the personal best on the ridge, so I need to focus on that track this year.
If you're gonna go to the Pacific, just not during like that time, go to the go-kart.
Well, because the go-kart track is exactly the same. But so the shop that I take my car to, PW Race, they're on Pacific Raceways. Yeah, so they do a lot of like sponsorships and like, host a lot of events too. But you know, with this job, we can't attend all of them. But I try to make it so.
Many more years.
Yeah, gotta make that money. Gotta stay grinding, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going straight to that.
Yeah. Where do you guys live at? Are you
Tacoma.
Oh, I just moved from Tacoma.
Yeah, we live on J Street.
You're not too far from the ridge. You gotta take the Gulf out. I actually did a track day in the Gulf,
Yeah.
and it was fun. But I was too intimidated to really push it too much because that car, it's such a different platform, you know, from a rear-wheel drive and a platform to an all-wheel drive boosted chassis.
It takes a kick at the steering wheel with almost like once you have to be going fast in the car. Like I've done some shit in that car. Like you get the car motion into work being dry. It's like there's that split second where you're gonna be like plow, and but it's not gonna plow. You're just gonna be like,
Yep.
and if you start
It's
going fast,
crazy.
just hit the gas. And
My car stays planted. I love hitting back roads at night. I love to go clubbing
Yeah,
with
it's
my
not
friends.
going
And
anywhere.
that thing does not kick out at all.
No, not at
It's
all.
crazy. It blows my mind. Like I could go so much faster, but I don't want to push those limits.
Yeah.
Not before I'm too comfortable. Oh yeah. Yeah, and the newer models, it's hard to drift them. Like I hear the Mark 7, 7.5 are almost impossible to do.
yeah,
Really difficult. Like it can be done, but not very easy.
try Swedish looking at marine. It just gives.
All right, deal.
Yeah.
I go to empty parking lot, so I'm with it. I just put my summer tires on.
I know I got the all season continentals. They're not so great, but they're all season. So they're kind of fun.
Love that. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna have them print out a new number sheet that way you can see where you guys can do it.
We're gonna go smoke.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll see you back here.
Yep.
All right. I like that color. Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, I'm just doodling things. I remember when it was more simple than just, whoa, look at these prices. I'm cheap. Give me a part of a piece of gold and let me pay $20. And I swear I keep it. I swear I will. Let's do my homework or I won't be going nowhere. Oh,
In this video, we discuss geometric and
hold on.
arithmetic average return. The geometric average return is the average compounded return earned per year over a multi-year period. This return answers the question, what was your average compounded return per year over a
I may go outside, you guys. Hi. I may end up going outside because I don't want to bother nobody, but I need to charge my phone first, so I need to see how much is on my phone. Hold on. I'm gonna let that charge. Matter of fact, I need to call that Miss Lady. So much I gotta do. She's probably busy right now.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 253604965 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, this is Kimberly Cloud. I was just reaching out to you again. I apologize for not contacting you back right away. If you can give me a call back at 253-304-6990. Thank you so much. I know you're a busy woman, so call me at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Bye. What is this? Hi, my name is Kimberly Cloud. If you can give me a call back at your earliest convenience at 253-304-6990. Thank you. Okay, so oh, I don't want to turn off my phone because if I turn off my phone, then this is going to happen. They're going to call me back.
Particular period. The arithmetic average return is the return earned in an average year over a multi-year period. This return answers the question. What was your return in an average year over a particular period? Arithmetic average return is much more common, and you probably are quite familiar with how to calculate it. What we need to focus on now is first to learn how to calculate geometric averages, and second, to learn the circumstances under which each average is more meaningful than the other. In general, if we have t years of returns, the geometric average return over those t years is calculated using this formula. Geometric average return equals 1 plus the annual return per year multiplied individually and raised to the power of 1 over t minus 1. This formula tells us that 4 steps are required. Take each of the t annual returns, R1, R2, and beyond, and add 1 to each after converting them to decimals. Multiply all the numbers from step 1 together. Take the result from step 2 and raise it to the power of 1 over t. Finally, subtract 1 from the result of step 3. The result is the geometric average return. Let's calculate the geometric average return for the returns in the following table. Notice that step 1 is to take each of the annual returns and add 1 to each after converting them to decimals. Pay close attention when you are working with negative returns. Notice at the bottom of the table, we've completed step 2, multiplying all the numbers from step 1 together. The final product is 1.4929. This also means that $1.4929 is what our investment is worth after 5 years if we started with a $1 investment. Now we want to complete step 3. Take the result from step 2 and raise it to the power of 1 over t. Geometric average return equals 1.4929 raised to the power of 1 over 5. Finally, subtract 1 from the result of step 3. The result is the geometric average return, which is 0.0834, or 8.34%. Here's a tip if you are using a financial calculator. You could put negative $1 in as the present value, $1.4929 as the future value, and 5 as the number of periods. Then solve for the unknown rate. You should get the same answer we did. This would eliminate steps 3 and 4. Now let's calculate the arithmetic average return for the same returns. After we sum the 5 years of returns, our product is 61.86. When we divide it by 5, the number of returns presented, our average is 12.37%. Notice that this average is much higher than the geometric average. When we look at historical returns, the difference between the geometric and arithmetic average returns isn't too hard to understand. To put it slightly differently, the geometric average tells you what you actually earn per year on average, compounded annually. The arithmetic average tells you what you earned in a typical year. You should use whichever one answers the question you wanted answered. A somewhat trickier question concerns which average return to use when forecasting future wealth levels. And there's a lot of confusion on this point among analysts and financial planners. First, let's get one thing straight. If you know the true arithmetic average return, then this is what you should use in your forecast. For example, if you know the arithmetic return is 10%, then your best guess of the value of a $1,000 investment in 10 years is the future value of $1,000 at 10% for 10 years, or $2,593.74. The problem we face, however, is that we usually have only estimates of the arithmetic and geometric returns, and estimates have errors. In this case, the arithmetic average return is probably too high for longer periods, and the geometric average is probably too low for shorter periods. So you should regard long-run projected wealth levels calculated using arithmetic averages as optimistic. Short-run projected wealth levels calculated using geometric averages are probably pessimistic. The good news is that there is a simple way of combining the two averages, which we will call Bloom's formula. Suppose we have calculated geometric and arithmetic return averages from n years of data, and we wish to use those averages to form a t-year average return forecast. In this video, we discuss
Thank you
Bloom's
for
formula,
sticking with me, you
including
guys.
how it is
Y'all always
calculated
doing
and
that
ways
for
to
me.
interpret
Thank
the
you.
formula. By now, you are well acquainted with arithmetic average. Let's suppose you are given a listing of past year's income. The arithmetic average tells you what you earned in a typical year. The
I probably
geometric
go out and
average
get some
tells you
heat
what you
outside.
actually
What
earned
y'all
per
think?
year
Y'all like
on
you already
average.
had heat
Bloom's formula
downtown?
provides a combination of the arithmetic average return and the geometric return. Let's take a look at Bloom's formula. Suppose we have calculated geometric and arithmetic return averages from n years of data, and we wish to use these averages to form a t-year average return forecast, or RT, where t is less than n. Here's how we would calculate the return forecast for the specified number of years. Now, let's try some examples. In our first example, suppose that from 30 years of annual return data, we calculate an arithmetic average return of 15% and a geometric average return of 11%. From these averages, we wish to make 1-year, 5-year, and 10-year average return forecasts. If we have the geometric and arithmetic averages, we can easily calculate the average return forecasts for a variety of years. Let's look at the forecasts for years 1, 5, and 10. Using Bloom's formula, we would have a 1-year average return forecast of 15%, a 5-year average return forecast of 14.45%, and a 10-year average return forecast of 13.76%. Let's look at a second example. Suppose that from 20 years of annual returns data, we calculate an arithmetic average return of 10% and a geometric average return of 7%. From these averages, we wish to make 1-year, 5-year, and 10-year average return forecasts. Remember, if we have the geometric and arithmetic averages, we can easily calculate the average return forecasts for a variety of years. Let's look at the forecasts for years 1, 5, and 10. Using Bloom's formula, we would have a 1-year average return forecast of 10%, a 5-year average return forecast of 9.37%, and a 10-year average return forecast of 8.58%. There are some key aspects that are important when utilizing Bloom's formula. If If you are using averages calculated over a long period, such as 80 plus years, to forecast up to a decade or so into the future, then you should use the arithmetic average. If you are forecasting a few decades into the future, i.e., retirement planning, then you should split the difference between the arithmetic and geometric average returns. If for some reason you are doing very long forecasts covering many decades, use the geometric average. In this video, we discuss Bloom's formula, including how it is calculated and ways to interpret the In this video, we will discuss portfolio beta. Simply put, portfolio beta is the weighted average of the betas of the investments included in the portfolio. We can calculate beta by summing the individual weights multiplied by the individual betas. Let's look at some examples. In this first example, we have two stocks, Porsche and Pepsi. We want to put half of our money in each investment. What would the beta of this combination be if Porsche has a beta of 1.15 and Pepsi has a beta of 0.45? Remember, we calculate the portfolio beta by summing the individual weights multiplied by the individual betas. Since we are putting half of our money in each investment, the weights would be 50%, but the total of all the weights of the investments must sum to 100%. Then, we multiply the betas by each of the weights, and lastly, sum them together to get 0.80. This portfolio is less risky than the overall market, which has a beta of 1. In the second example, we have two stocks, Wells Fargo and Target. What would the beta of this second example? We have two stocks. Sum them together to get 0.80. All the weights of the investments must sum to 100%. Then, we multiply the betas by each of the weights, and lastly, sum them together to get 0.80. This portfolio is less risky than the overall market, which has a beta of 1. In the second example, we have two stocks, Wells Fargo and Target. What would the beta of this combination be if Wells Fargo has a beta of 1.92 and Target has a beta of 0.58? Remember, we calculate the portfolio beta by summing the individual weights multiplied by the individual betas. In this case, we are putting 60% of our money in Wells Fargo and 40% of our money in Target. Remember, the total of all the weights of the investment must sum to 100%. Then, we multiply the betas by each of the weights, and when we sum them together, we get 1.384. This portfolio is more risky than the overall market, which has a beta of 1. In this third and final example, we have two investments, Kellogg's and TripAdvisor. We know the betas of each, 2.47 and 2.32 respectively. These are the only two investments in the portfolio. We know how much we want to invest in each, $13,500 in Kellogg's and $4,500 in TripAdvisor. First, we need to calculate the weights of each investment. The amount invested would be divided by the total investment to derive the weight. For Kellogg's, this is 75%. For TripAdvisor, this would be 25%. Now we are ready to calculate the portfolio beta. After multiplying the betas by each of the weights and summing them together, we get 0.9325. Notice that even though we had a very large beta stock, TripAdvisor, we were able to reduce the overall portfolio beta below the market beta of 1 by having a large amount of the overall portfolio invested in a low beta stock, Kellogg's. focus is on the security market line. The security market line provides a visual representation of the risk. Or trade-off. The security market line is a positively sloped straight line that displays the relationship between expected return and beta. As beta increases, the expected return increases. Remember, beta is a measure of risk. So as risk increases, investors will expect a higher return. Now, let's talk a little bit about the market. Market portfolios play a
I'm gonna turn on my phone.
call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
I'm gonna fix me some coffee, y'all. Hold on for a second. I am so sorry we're playing phone tag. I'm gonna turn my phone on so the next time you call, I will see you. I'm trying my best to watch out for your call. If you can give me a call back at 253-304-6990. Thank you. Let me hold on. Hold on. I'm almost finished. I got one more or two more. Choose from. Hold on. I'm right here. Okay. Whew. Sorry, you guys. Trying to do my homework. I'm gonna try to catch up on. Well, I'm already caught up, but I'm trying to work ahead of the game. That way, I won't have to worry as hard, and I can edit videos more. I don't know if I can edit a video here, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. So I'm gonna try to do as much as I can while I'm here. Hold on, you guys. Let me open that. Okay. So I got two more stuff left. Give me a second. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So what I'm going to do is finish these last two questions, and then proceed to do a presentation. Hold on. You'll see what I'm about to do.
Significant role in how we use the security market line. Suppose we consider a portfolio made up of all of the assets in the market. We would call this a market portfolio. Because all of the assets in the market must plot on the XML, the market portfolio is made up of these assets. Therefore, beta of average systematic risk is 1. This represents the market portfolio. This means that the reward to risk ratio must be the same for all the assets in the market. It is perhaps of note that a risk-free asset is a beta premium. Let's take a look at some components of how we would construct the security market line. The first aspect is the market
I
risk
never heard
premium.
of these.
The
It's
market risk
foreign to
premium
me.
represents the risk premium on a market portfolio. What additional return would be required to entice an investor to invest in a particular security with a risk-free rate? To derive the slope of the security market line, we divide the market risk premium by the beta of the market portfolio. If the beta of the market portfolio is 1, the slope of the security market line is equal to the market risk premium. Let's review a graphical representation again. Notice the relationship. As beta increases, the expected return increases. So as risk increases, investors will expect a higher return. Now, let's take this a little bit further. The capital asset pricing model allows us to calculate expected returns for securities if we know the risk-free rate, the return on the market, and the beta of the individual stock. This equation is used very often. It comprises many other concepts that we discussed. The capital asset pricing model shows that the expected return for a particular asset depends on 3 things. 1. The pure time value of money, as measured by the risk-free rate, or RF. This is the reward for merely waiting for your money without taking any risk. 2. The reward for bearing systematic risk. As measured by the market risk premium, or ER minus RF. This component is the reward the market offers for bearing an average amount of systematic risk in addition to weighting. 3. Depends on three things. 1. The pure time value of money, as measured by the risk free rate, or RF. This is the reward for merely waiting for your money without taking any risk. 2. The reward for bearing systematic risk, as measured by the market risk premium, or ER minus RF. This component is the reward the market offers for bearing an average amount of systematic risk in addition to weighting. 3. The amount of systematic risk, as measured by B. This is the amount of systematic risk present in a particular asset or portfolio relative to that of an average asset.
You can hit him at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's just normal driving. Yeah,
Exactly. It's just normal driving.
There are situations where a company would not be able to adequately assess a project by comparing it to the entire company's WACC, or weighted average cost of capital. This often happens when you are evaluating investments with risks that are substantially different from those of the overall firm. In this video, we will discuss divisional and project costs of capital. When we are evaluating investments with risks that are substantially different from those of the overall firm, use of the WACC can potentially lead to poor decisions. This figure illustrates why. As you can see on the left, we may incorrectly reject project A because the required return is below the WACC, whereas on the right, we may incorrectly accept project B when the risk may exceed that of the firm. A problem with WACC in a corporation with more than one line of business. The first division has relatively low risk. The second has relatively high risk. In this case, the firm's overall cost of capital is really a mixture of two different costs of capital, one for each division. If the two divisions were competing for resources and the firm used a single WACC as a cutoff, which division would tend to be awarded greater funds for investment? The answer is that the riskier division would tend to have greater returns, ignoring the greater risk, so it would tend to be the winner. The less glamorous operations are aware of this problem, and many work to develop separate divisional costs of capital. We will now discuss two methods to mitigate this problem. The pure play approach is the use of a WACC that is unique to a particular project, based on companies in similar lines of business. We will try to determine what the cost of capital is for investments by trying to locate some similar investments in the market are aware of this problem, and many work to develop separate divisional costs of capital. We will now discuss two methods to mitigate this problem. The pure play approach is the use of a WACC that is unique to a particular project, based on companies in similar lines of business. We will try to determine what the cost of capital is for investments by trying to locate some similar investments in the marketplace. For example, when McDonald's wanted to expand into offering coffee drinks via their McCafe division, they would come up with a discount rate for that division.
Oh, Skyline, sorry.
Skyline.
Could be like Sylvia, yeah. Which one? R32?
Yeah, I don't want to like 93.
Yeah,
Let's see what it is at 93 freaking STI. I like the 93. My first car was a 6-man Pontiac, and that's when I used to go to the high school tracks. Because back in the day, at Pacific Raceway, so it was Family Speedway. And in high school, once every summer, all the high schools get together, we bring all our freaking cars and stretch.
Oh,
So,
that sounds
but it
fun.
was so much fun putting freaking the racing gas in your car, so everybody freaking overheating, waiting in line, and everybody's got a 350 with some freaking cherry bombs and first shifters. It was a good time.
I got in this guy Grace with
I had no clue about turbos and all that stuff.
it was like 2003 or 2004 in Missouri. And it's like, you have an exhaust and you have some, you can see you got some stuff under this car and there's nothing.
And great.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a cute little car too.
yeah, I agree. It's like those things are factory fast.
It's beautiful. It's, ooh, you got, oh, that's a expensive car.
I do like them. I like the older M3s. But the newer ones are growing on me too.
Yeah, a little bit.
87, 89, and we'll have.
He's like, yeah,
Those things
Laguna
were
Blue,
like
right?
on a dime. It's like they're like a
Laguna Blue.
center
Pretty
axis.
color.
Yeah, I need one of those garages where you can just
why you need the big shop. You have all the room to store all the cars and the parts.
Yeah.
Like eventually the goal is to have both my cars side by side in the garage.
Yeah.
And then others that I buy. Because I want to get an X15.
Mhm.
Because now we can legally import those.
I know, I've been looking at the input, it's not expensive.
It isn't, especially if you know people, or if you fly to Japan and then you ship it over. I hear it's a little bit cheaper if you do it that way.
Get more hands on it, sale itself.
Exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of build that connection. That would
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. And I know Kyle at work, you know, was stationed in Japan so long because I know everybody over there. So I'm like, I don't really know anymore. I'm like, your booty's so bougie. I guess I look cute.
Plus, it's an excuse to just go to Japan too.
Yeah.
Dream of going to
Yeah,
Japan.
yeah, we're going next year. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're definitely. Our passports are still good. We need to do this, but yeah, Japan is that place that you have to visit. I heard it's wonderful, it's so nice. Food.
Yeah, it's definitely on my bucket list. I want to see what the car scene is like down there too. You know,
I've watched the YouTube.
You can rent some good ones for you.
They're on like a whole other level, it seems like over there. Their streets are so smooth, everything is so perfect around there. They can just
the potholes.
no potholes, nothing.
You live in Tacoma, you know what it's like.
Oh my gosh, it's bad down there. In the streets, especially downtown.
Uh-huh. So
There's
bad.
parts of downtown Tacoma that I will not drive my car. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
That bug is lower, we got her, and it's like, I drove around the block, and it's like, you know, there's like big orange, like steel plates they put in the road?
Yep.
They're only like this big, and it's like, I wasn't looking, and it's like, I hit it with the passenger side, and I was like, bonk, and the wheels like this, and it's like, it nailed the front freaking sway bar bracket and ripped the front sway bar off. So
Well,
the
that's
wheel,
not good.
you know, wheel was just like the steering was just like,
Oh,
this.
It made it all track.
And we made it back, yeah, but just.
Now that needs to be fixed. They bug parts are down, it doesn't. It's really not. The wiring is, I'm gonna have done. I don't have patience.
I don't know.
Wire.
Needs to upgrade the parts too.
I'm trying to get her to get a front end, but. Orange front, sink that wiener so it can be like that far.
That's probably wrong. I thought it was that one.
If you get the aftermarket front end, it takes the sway bar.
I find that hard.
You're gonna straight, well, it moves the sway bar to the two sides, so it's like you can straight all you want, because the motor's in the back, you're never gonna get the motor.
Oh, that's good.
So you
Nice feeling.
Yeah, whack the front out of the front end and.
That was it's like, it's been a long time. I had a 74 bug, and I worked at I ran Marshalls for I was manager there. I freaking jumped the railroad tracks in Auckland, freaking get all 4 wheels off this. I remember I'm here, I'm wearing my dress, my heels and stuff, because you know, I'm a harvest store manager, and I pulled my gas station and started listening. I've never seen a drive Volkswagen like a Porsche 4. I was like, what a compliment.
Yeah, great compliment. Yeah,
What
see,
such a compliment.
all 4 wheels actually off the ground.
Oh, yeah, my fingers jump. But, like Irving, you're watching movie.
And you should record that and send it over to Volkswagen for a commercial. They just made that for you.
That's sucker. You could see the ground under the floorboards. They were so rusted out, and there was Nissan seats in there on freaking little pieces of wood. So love that car. I loved it. You have to be ice inside and outside.
Did it have AC?
It was 74 at that time.
It didn't have AC.
Nothing, air cooled, air cooled just has, their heater is the engine, so they got these like little steel freaking, heater grates that go underneath and they can lower or higher it by opening the tank.
Goes on the
Uh-huh.
floorboards, and then it comes out, there's vents underneath.
Yeah, air cooled is a totally different world.
All 53 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fast if you ask me.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous. It's my
I think Volkswagen bugs, the old ones like that, I think they still can launch faster than like.
Their torque is
cars
crazy.
these days. It's like they
Yeah,
can
their
get up to
torque is
speed very fast,
Really?
but just
That
the
first
initial
gear's
like
so low.
jump off the line, it's like the bug is like.
You can redline it constantly, it doesn't
the red line on those trucks?
Tack, I don't know.
There's no tax. You don't have to.
They don't come with tax.
You don't know. Someone found out.
Once it pops the gasket, that's when you need to stop.
I don't know, I sure it was like that too. It didn't have a tax, did it?
No,
No, that's, it was a good one. That 96 Subaru.
that's Subaru. We got it for like, what, $2,000 or something like
Uh-huh.
that. The thing came with like 3 catalytic converters on it, and it's like I was going from Barney to Hill. Car lost all its power. We pull over, and it's like the whole, it's just glowing underneath there. I was like, okay.
Straight like,
Yeah, took it down to Auburn and Pro Exhaust in Auburn. Those people did not know what they were getting into because it's like, the Boxers, it's like the downpipes or like the header is really kind of crappy underneath there.
Yeah.
He sat there and tried for like 6 hours to try and makeshift build this header for it. He ended up doing it, and it was the loudest freaking little 2.2 liter.
oh my gosh, it was,
Bounced off the
yeah.
ground for 2.5 years.
I'm just setting off alarms everywhere I go. With all its, just, it had good work.
That's why I don't like the New Jersey more. On the street. It started out the van, it starts, its A car alarms go off. And Garrett's, it's made like the big Cadillac stuff. I'm like, oh, there you go again. When I had to daily drive it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that because I just moved to an apartment in Seattle, and it's one of those high risers, and it's hard to resonate. I don't even think I want to bring that car there.
All every alarm. in the
They're gonna
place
make
is off.
me. Let's see who we're
Oh,
inside.
see, she's off to work again.
That I lived in a townhome before. It's a private garage, which is nice, but it wasn't too loud. You just hear it above you. I was actually curious if the neighbors could hear it on the side.
They have.
I'm sure they
Our
probably.
neighbors are so good.
Oh, they hate me.
I mean, the place upstairs is for rent, that's what we got our bugs stored in, and we're like, we build a manager, I'm like, well, we're gonna rent this garage, so when we rent out the place, tell them that garage is there, we need to.
Did you only have one garage right now?
We have one that's adjacent to it, we're in just a little 700 square foot little like studio
Okay.
behind the big, like, colonial old school house. So I'm pretty sure it was like the service quarters back in the day, or the people that took care of the horses. Because one garage is attached to us, and when you walk out, and they have like a barn stall where they had like horse and carriage and stuff would come through.
Yeah, so yeah, like it goes all the way through, like, into the
But we're all
courtyard.
fenced in, and it's gated and everything, so it's nice and quiet. And we're in a terrible neighborhood, you and everything.
Yeah.
It's we got the 8-foot fence and stuff, and the big trees and the.
I like this thing about that car. They put in that shot spotter to detect like gun violence and stuff, like gun sounds. You go and pound that thing up, and it's like last night we had the helicopter. Like the week before, like I did it, and it's like instantly like this cop was right to where I was doing freaking little 2-step thing. Looking around outside.
They were gunshots?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're just sitting there.
Like
It's so quiet when you just sit there.
Well, then we-
Like, who are these old people sitting around with teenagers?
So we have green tea
Green tea for me.
or coffee.
Green
Yeah.
tea.
You just have to put it.
I had no clue. I think the straight back then, it's like I got the refrigerator for that, and it's nuts and
Just,
nuts.
Put the little, one of the cup in there, close it, and then it will choose what size cup you want, then brew. It's probably 8. This is it.
This probably be wrong. I knew it was that one.
When you're done, just come back.
I love going to this.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I'm gonna
I
read my
have to
back.
tell you, those, I will be
It's
so
like-
happy when I get it and stuff. Like my friends and I will go cruising, and like all of us down should do the same exact time. We are just all recording each other, so that's only how we do it.
Yeah, yeah, everybody else is.
Now we need to.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, just, you know, just that part.
I'm on a phone.
They always, you know, always doing.
And they do run, like they'll do runs to 11:15.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long cruise.
Yeah.
Like,
I need your driver license copy one more time, because we don't keep that one last week's. And then insurance company or insurance card.
I've sent you.
You have my number, right?
It is in my phone.
Okay, so send it to me.
It has to be your friend's car, it has to be your girlfriend's. It can't be yours.
It's 1.0. That's 0.
Before the break-in period,
Didn't even break his car.
probably put it in at like 50 miles, 100 miles.
Oh, man, I was like that.
Longer than my So you lose money on the don't ask yourself that questions. They will throw you
It's
back.
increased by 1%. Go with increase. I should have went with beta.
How much is it just do the flash state?
Because if you continue staying there, it will hold. And it will make you more easy yourself. You know, let's say it's
Bless you.
quarry. So you need to do something about it. It's leaking.
Yeah, it always leaks.
Bless you.
Yeah, so something needs to be done.
He did.
Good that you.
Yeah.
You see what's that? All right.
Oh, okay, you're not gonna know, we're not looking at it. It's done. Nobody wants to look at that. Here's some powders. When you go to work, you like.
I tried to my son out this week, and I was so even cars will take get the transmission pissed on the last. I mean, I just fall in my idea of my eighties, I think that's actually. It's,
I'm never selling my beer to me, ever.
I see,
I
you never get
I
rid of
put
that.
way too much money into it, and it's just like,
No,
no one else is gonna see the value in that car like I would, you know?
No, not at all.
Especially with all the like,
You just keep on maintaining it.
frustration,
Uh-huh.
you're building that thing.
Yeah.
There's times where I want to drive it off the cliff.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, man. It's not fun working on a vehicle because everything's rusted. It's just every time I work on it, there's just like if it's on my car, there's always something. Old, just like it's rusted, can't get it off. You know, with the UV last year, you can use it super long, like leverage. And I had to cut my socks way more onion soft because the bolts were so rusted when I was taking moving my oil. Yeah, I could not get off. I just took a saw and I just sawed it off. I had new ones. I needed more.
There you go.
But stuff like that, it's things like that that when you're working on the car, it could take maybe a couple hours or it should only take a couple hours. Next thing you know, you're spending all day, you're going through a couple cans of ciders or beers and feel like you haven't done much. And like
17 extensions, 40 million tool. I got a full Volkswagen tool kit, full Subaru tool kit, and I'm gonna have to get a Volkswagen.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's good to have you. Those are treasures.
Well, yeah, I can work on it. At Subaru, so I know how to take your motor and out of your tree.
oh, it's such an easy platform to work on.
Oh, that's
At this point, I could disconnect everything and I could pull the engine out on my own just because of how much I touch everything and work on it. It's crazy. I mean, right now it's actually torn apart in the parent shop because I'm trying to just
It was
scrap.
this one.
But it's just crazy, like when you actually get familiar with the car, you start working on a bunch, you just get to know it so well. And that's how I'm hoping to get with the R. Like, I'd like to get to the point where I can start doing things, but when I take it to my express shop to have them work on it, I usually just stick around and just watch. I want to see where everything's at.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one spark plugs and the whole patch are okay, so that's where everything's at.
Yeah.
Still learning.
That thing, I did how many months and months of like research because I had all the parts and it's like they sat in my house for like 3 or 4 months and I was just like debating to take it to a place.
Exhaust is we have exhaust is for the United States.
Yeah.
Exhaust box. Beautiful.
I just decorate a little place with car parts. Like I have 2 sets of tires and a set of extra wheels. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put them. I might just stack them from on display.
We have winter garage on the corner, just stack in the garage.
That's what you gotta do, just get a glass table and then just use the wheels as the
Yeah.
stand. Coffee table.
Yeah.
That's smart actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There you got it.
That's a really good idea.
They aren't that hard to work on. The only thing I didn't do to that is when I put the front mount on it, they wanted me to take the stock intercooler out. You know where your stock intercooler is in your life? It's in the most bullshit looking place you go ever like here. So it's like, why do you need a front mount for one? Okay, it's you have your radiator and your oil cooler. Where do they put your front mount? And you put your intercooler in between those two. So you're creating so much like in there, it's just gonna drag the motor down. And so that's why we make the front mount for it. It's like I left the stock one in there because they wanted me to do like a complete like fluid change and flush and everything. And I was like, I just got it done when the motor was in there, and I don't feel like doing all that because if I did that, I guarantee I would put an air bubble in my system and my car would just shut down. But a front mount is not a bad idea for like any kind of car. It'll add a lot more breathability and your revs will go a lot faster with it. And you don't have to do charge pipes either. You can get it like through the factory pipes, or you can do like your actual charge pipes to like go to that to make it better. And it's metal, not plastic.
Is it so why they design it like that then?
Don't have the Audi does it, their stupid RS3s, they have that, their S4s have the same kind of crappy sandwich freaking intercooler. Never makes sense. And what Audi does, they don't really, they offer a front mount just for the looks, but it's like they recommend, same with this car or that car, it's like they want me to just put an oversized like intercooler and keep it in the same spot. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. It's still gonna be hot. It's still gonna get no airflow to it at all. So just put it. And it fits. You can push it off the back on. You can wriggle it out.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it just bolts back up.
Yeah, just hold it right off.
Can't really even like I showed you the charge stripes, it's like the passenger one goes in, like the Cheverolet sauce that we don't do. They're such
That's what I hear. Do you know who the humble mechanic is?
yeah.
Yeah, so I just watched his videos recently of the RS3 swap on the car.
Yeah.
That was a fun series to watch.
It
It's
is.
crazy how you have to swap everything. Everything. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of work. But the final result was crazy. And it's a full on sleeper right now.
His is. I didn't agree with his airbags. Why would you ruin all of your airbags?
I don't think she's watching them.
Oh, you haven't.
Is that a later video?
Where he finished it? Like his
Like the
yellow,
last-
his yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Where's
like
the
he puts airbags on that thing. With his iPhone.
I know I did see that one. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to that part.
Yeah, it's just like it wasn't a cool part.
Yeah, exactly.
Do that. He was not happy with it. I think it was a sponsor that gave that to him, so, you know, he got to get money somewhere. So he's gonna, you know, he's doing his thing.
It's a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yes, if you put like the 450, 500 horsepower RS motor in there, and you say, you know, I didn't agree with that, but very cool stuff. What's the other guy we watched? We watched a British guy forget his name.
Matt Armstrong.
I'm not sure.
He did rebuilds. He
Yeah,
buys
with-
salvage cars and rebuilds them.
Yeah, Ferraris
Yeah.
and Porsches
Yeah.
and stuff.
I watched one. His name was Matt Armstrong. I think so. But his videos are really cool. He's built every kind of car.
Yeah.
He did a Porsche GT4.
Blue one?
Yeah.
I think that's the guy.
He's an FRS. He wanted to do a Bentley. He did I think a soccer player's Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is Matt Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
love his videos. They're so entertaining to watch.
They are.
They're engaging.
They are.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's hilarious. He sent me drove a Porsche in the US and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, no, structural damage. You need to take it to us. It's like, I'll just go to Britain and buy it. And then he ships them over here.
Look at that.
In suitcases. Like, yeah, that's some like Wolf of Wall Street, like smuggling.
That's why he's one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. He's creative, he's crafty. You know, he's a little, not like, it's just, not obnoxious, but just like crazy.
Yeah.
I guess you can say. And he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's out there. But he's gotten bigger. It's like, I've watched it, and so he's getting more and more popular. He did that, he has an episode where he had Richard Hammond, you know, from Top Gear. The little guy that Richard Hammond did, he had him in one of their shows, and he was just like, yeah, it was, I forget what he was doing. Oh, it was his M3, his first M3, he was in the blue one he has. It's like he wanted to get that thing dialed in, and he had Richard come and do it because he's like a master and he's done his job. Your guys and you're a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because they watch this shit too.
I probably think it's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's just smart too. Like if you do it right, you can save a lot of money. If you want a super car, you want a car, just rebuild it. Like when I'm watching those videos, I'm thinking, it honestly doesn't seem that hard. You just gotta know your stuff. Like when he's completely tearing apart the cars and then buying parts and then making sure they're, working everything down and doing it right. Like it's really interesting to watch.
It seems easy. It's like one of those things, like where I'm sure there's only like a few certain steps that when you're in the moment, you're gonna be losing your shit because it's like you'll be like, I just took off 700 screws in my interior, and where am I gonna start? Where am I gonna remember where to start?
I can't take pictures of everything.
I think that's what he does. It's just full on. He has a camera, like no matter what, rolling 24/7. So he's just like, damn, where's this? Oh yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's like when you first get in the car, you're just tearing apart all the bad parts and all the damage, assessing the damage, and then like you know how the entire interior on some cars is completely gutted, and then in the engine bay, etc. Like how do you keep track of where all the wires connect to? Like anything to do with wiring, my brain shuts off.
That's
Yeah.
So I've had to do some wiring in my cars before, get into it, it's easy to get into, but as soon as you don't have to do it for a while, and approach it, I'm like, nah, I don't want to. I do want to think about that. I would probably pay someone to do the flooring if I ever did some kind of swap.
Yeah.
A standalone computer is like something I would never do, but I'd have someone put that in my car. You know, just to like, cause doing like, I watched this video, he put like a brand new like M3 motor in like a old like 89 or 91 like 3 series. And all you get is this factory motor, no mods or nothing, but just ran a standalone computer in there. Just see it like some daylights and freaking make the motor run.
It's like a toggle switch.
Yeah. Turn everything on.
All right.
All you need is air and fuel pressure. And good.
Sounds simple enough.
That's not simple enough. You try it and it's
Yeah.
like,
I know.
why?
Yeah, I'll pass it over. I do eventually want to do it more often. That's something that's out of my knowledge that would be fun to learn. Because my dad, he had a 65 fastback Mustang,
Okay.
and he's been working on it. And he had it a long time ago. We bought it a long time ago. Got married. Had it overnight. Project got put on hold for 26 years.
Yes,
He's
it has.
finally working on it again. And every time I go down there, there's always new progress. He finally got the block. He's building the motor right now. He's got all the suspension dialed in. He flushed the brakes and the new fluid. Interior he's slowly starting to work on, and now it's just building the block. And then he ordered wheels. The wheels came in a day. But I'm just like, Dad, you need to hurry up and get this thing on the road.
Yeah.
It's like a childhood dream to see it on the road again.
Of course.
Because he's had it forever.
You
You
know,
know, like I grew up around like watching him and my grandpa building cars. My grandpa he built a one-on-one custom truck, which was the highlight of my childhood, and won all the shows and everything. It was one beautiful truck out there. And then he sold it. I know. Had a train horn and everything.
oh,
Purple.
the drain horn.
We called it the ugly truck. It was purple, like a purple galaxy metallic on the exterior, and then white interior. So.
See what happens when you raise your children around vehicles. That's why my daughter's like,
Yep.
she's the same way.
As
She
fun.
goes and she turns wrenches.
As soon as I got my license, I was able to get my first car. I told my dad, "Can you show me how to do my brakes? Can you show me how to change the oil?" Blah, blah, blah. I begged him to show me. He's like, "Want to learn?" Because watching them, it was really cool. And then, like my grandpa, he'll still send me pictures sometimes. They live far away, but he's working on another project. It's like it's an old Ford. Can't remember what it is, but he sent me pictures of the whole car just kind of coming together slowly, ground up. Probably be his last project car that he builds, to be honest.
Yeah.
So my dad, I have to make sure he does not get rid of this one. That one's gonna have to stay in the family.
There
I'm
you go.
already still depressed that he sold the previous one.
Yeah. Love it.
I might have a picture of it actually.
Like my mom saying, she was like, well, see, I'm rich enough to send all you boys to college. You're working
So
with
she
shop.
bought a shop.
Yeah. There's the truck.
Oh, I only have some those.
Is it?
Oh my god.
It took him
That's
6
freaking
years to
awesome.
build.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
killer.
Yep. Does it all by himself. It's crazy.
You never know in the future, somebody might find it.
I'm gonna buy it back if I
Buy
have
it
the
back,
opportunity. Apparently, it's on the East Coast now. He sold it to a guy in California, and then
All right, Kimberly, whenever you're ready,
I've
I've got the car order all set to go. So take your time, finish whatever you're doing, and I'll meet you back where I checked you in at, okay? Yeah, you bet.
Find out where it is. I would buy it back one day.
Of course you will.
Because I want that truck back.
Some cars, yeah, you just can't let go. Like, my mom, she had it was an 89 Scirocco. And remember when Franken motors came out, the 2-liter bottom end, or the 1.8-liter bottom end and the 2-liter top end? They hook everything. I don't know, it's just some stupid shit that they did, but she put one of those motors in there. My brother totaled the car, and it's like that motor went into so many different little Volkswagens. Both of this Volkswagen's gone. The motor's still good. Boom, all that one's gone.
So
the motor's still good.
Hey, as long as the motor's still good, right?
Forget that Put in a rabbit this time.
Put in a rabbit.
Jeto's next on the list.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was my first freaking big Volkswagen like car was my PR6. I have the manual PR6, and I used to freaking police and security guys from the mall that summer. And I fell freaking in love with them. They were so fast for it was like four-door family car. I didn't. It's got a PR6. Was it 90? I think it was a 93. Ooh.
When autos came out back in the day, they were so fast. I mean, jumping in 93 DR6 now, you're like, this is dumb shit.
Well, yeah, because everything got more performance parts for them. I know, so the guy, the guy that rear-ended me, and they pulled that car after I bought all the new tires and everything on it. And I'm freaking gas tank brake was in the back seat. A lady's all, I'm sorry, my son put my gas, not brakes. I'm like, there goes my Volkswagen.
I would have
And
been
then
back.
this is, yeah, and then the GTI was Volkswagen. You weren't into Volkswagens when we met.
No,
He had that,
I got
he had welded the rear end out of that Toyota wagon.
TE,
And we-
TEs,
Yeah, he welded that up,
TE70s.
go drag racing in Monroe.
Because we watched the initial B and I was like, I want to drift too.
Token trip.
It was fun. I took it to Monroe quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
And it was a fun little freaking 89 horsepower for a 4-barrel volume. And freaking well with the rear end.
Oh, it's sick.
There it goes. I did with the King and an automatic. We did a manual swapping it. We did the ghetto's job. It was
You could see the whole,
got a hole about this big and you just see the street there.
and he just threw cigarettes down, I think, it's not out the window.
Freaking buckets, but they're fun.
It was fun. That thing drove a lot like old, but just because it's just old. I don't know where you even got it. Yeah, I met you right when you were doing that.
Yeah.
When you were right when you remember watching all you guys up there. Stuff with that manual and automatic.
I still have some coil.
Like, I didn't know how it was gonna accomplish. I did not know what you could do. I just didn't. I'm like, this guy ain't doing shit. You gotta just what's all right.
It doesn't work, and it doesn't work. My brother's coilovers, we built.
Okay, I'm on my way home, you guys. I'll see you when I get home. Bye.
This big, and that was like his whole entire like.
That's part one.